it's your Island Girl, and I'm back with another one. And this one is Netherlands Explained. As you know, I don't know anything about the Netherlands, and as you know, your Island Girl is learning as she go. And there's so many places that I have to discover and learn about. And the Netherlands is a place that I want to check out as well. Who to tell? I may fall in love with the Netherlands as I have been falling in love with the UK. All right, so we're going to get into this one. It's explained in 11.58 seconds. So let's see, because I'm excited to learn about the Netherlands. So if you're new to my channel and it's the first time here, come on in, right back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. To all my regular, schmegler, day one, sweetie pies, sweetie poos, come on in, right back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. Let's get into this video. Here we go now. Some music playing around here. Ooh, it looks beautiful.
A very warm welcome to you all. We're back with episode number 2 on our journey throughout the world. And this time, we're visiting the Netherlands because, you know, why not? My name is Kenan and I'll be your host here today. But before we get into things, let's make one thing crystal clear. This is not Holland. Yes, you heard me right. If you're saying Holland, you're doing it wrong. Holland was earlier referred to as a common name for the two provinces, North Holland and South Holland. But as of January 2020, the Dutch government officially dropped the nickname of the country. So now there's just the Netherlands, okay? Well, it actually...
I know we just started, because I always heard of the Holland. It was a recent change. It's just like 4 years ago. Wow, okay, learned something new already. The Netherlands, no longer Holland, the Netherlands.
It always was, but yeah, now you know. Let's move on. The home of the windmills and the tulips. But believe it or not, there is so much more to this country, like being the healthiest people in the world in regards to diet. Now, how is that possible with all the cheese that they eat? Or being the most physically active population of Europe? Well, that one is pretty obvious. It's because they ride bikes all freaking day. Yeah, trust me when I say this. They love their bicycles. Anyway, these giants, yeah, we get into that later on, seem to just have it all. You definitely do not want to miss this episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, cheese lovers and liberal people, we present to you the red, white, and blue, and apparently orange, the Netherlands.
It's red, white, and blue, the flag? Oh, wow. It is beautiful.
And hold your breath because the sea will try to drown you while you're here. Quick country facts. Located in northwestern Europe, this low-lying country, which, by the way, is the actual meaning of Netherlands, is kind of sandwiched between Belgium and Germany, like most countries in Europe, being close to Germany, that is. With a total area of 41,850 kilometers squared, it's one of the smaller countries in Europe, ranking in on the 32nd place in regards to land area, right above Moldova and just below, like really just below Switzerland. The Kingdom of the Netherlands also includes a few more places in the world. First, there is a place referred to as the Dutch Caribbean that contains the islands of Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba. Then there's a few more islands that separately belong to the kingdom and go under the name of the ABC Islands, named Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire again. Then there's also the island named Sint Maarten. The North Sea is located to the north and west of the Netherlands, and it's continually eating the land itself. In fact, there is a Dutch saying, God made the earth, but the Dutch made Holland. And yes, I know, I said there was no such thing as Holland, but they're referring to the provinces I mentioned earlier, which is where most of Dutch people live nowadays. But don't get it twisted here. The country is called the Netherlands, nothing else. But what did they mean by that saying? Well, in fact, almost a third of the Netherlands is below sea level. And if it wasn't for the people, the Dutch country wouldn't even be there today. The Dutch came out...
I did not know that. A third is below sea level. I've heard of Curacao, Saint Martin. I didn't know they had anything to do with the Netherlands. Wow. Okay now. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Today, the Dutch came out strong, fighting the sea itself by building a series of canals, dams, dikes, and pumping stations that over the years made it possible for the water to go through the country rather than over it.
Oh.
And today, there are more than 4,400 kilometers of dikes, rivers, and canals shielding the low-lying country. This is also the reason for all the windmills you see around the country.
Okay.
They were simply used to drain the land of water and help the Dutch survive.
Oh.
And there's 3 major rivers that cross the country to help with the flow of the water. They're named the Meuse, the Scheldt, and the Rhine. So, with whatever land surface the Dutch had remaining, they had to be creative with it and find innovative solutions for everything. And I guess they did, because they have about 17.5 million people living in this area. Something that makes the Netherlands the most densely populated country in the European Union, and in fact, one of the most densely populated countries in the world.
What?
Dutch is the official language of the country, a language most similar to German, if anything. Dutch, or Netherlandic as it can also be called, but probably shouldn't, is also spoken in Belgium with a bit of a dialect, but here it's called Flemish. Most people in the country also speak English and often a bit of German or French as well. Then there's Frisian, which is spoken in the northern Friesland region. Also, it's worth mentioning that the Afrikaans language of South Africa is basically Dutch with an African twist. The religion of the Netherlands is kinda Roman Catholics, but I say kinda because only...
So, as he showed, there's another language at the top area where he showed. So is that totally different from the Dutch language? Is it close to English? What is it? Interesting.
Catholics, but I say kinda because only about 20% of the population identify with this religion. Actually, about half of the country's population don't identify with any particular religion at all. Today, the Netherlands embodies the liberal middle road of having both freedom of religion as well as freedom from religion. And there's a strong growth of Ietsism, which can be described as a faith without a religion. So basically a person saying, I don't believe in God, but I do think there is something out there. The flag of the Netherlands consists of 3 horizontal striped lines, with the colors red, white, and blue. In the early days, the red stripe was actually orange to symbolize the Prince of Orange, which the rebel province fought under, in the independence war against Spain between the years 1568 and 1648. But since red was easier to see at sea, how do you like that pun? They changed the orange to red. And so, these have been the official color since the 19th of February 1937 when Queen Wilhelmina made the decision. However, most of us have seen the orange color still being representative of the Netherlands, especially in different sport events. So, what's up with that? The simple answer to that orange color refers to the Dutch royal family, the House of Orange-Nassau, and their ancestor, William of Orange, who is the founding father of the Netherlands. But this kind of turns us into the history segment of things, so let's jump right in there, shall we?
Okay, so because their forefather founded the Netherlands, his color was the orange. His name is orange. His favorite color is orange. Did I get that right? So they just the family just continued. So that's why their sport team is orange. Everything that is surrounded by orange, even though the flag colors are... Okay, I get it.
So let's jump right in there, shall we? History segment. Alright, so try to keep up now because we have a lot to cover and I'm running out of space with this script. But for the purpose of history, let's bring ourselves back to the prehistoric times of roughly 250,000 BP to a place called the Low Countries. This place is generally understood to include the territory of what today are referred to as the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. This is where we find the first remains of human life in the Netherlands. But take a leap in time until the year 1275 and the founding of Amsterdam, the greatest planned city of Northern Europe. This city has always been well known in history and played a very central part in the history of the Netherlands. Then, in 1568, Spain came to ruin all the fun. With the Spanish king and his governor in the forefront, they tried to dominate the Netherlands and introduce its taxation there. So there was war, then a little bit of war, and some war to that as well. All in all, we're looking at 80 years worth of war against Spain until 1581, where the United Provinces declared their independence from Spain. Then comes the Discovery Period, or the Golden Age of colonialism, if you so will. And boy, oh boy, was the Dutch a force to be reckoned with here. They expanded all over the world and discovered new lands left and right. From America to Asia, Africa, and South America, the Dutch had colonized them all. So
What? America, Africa, Asia, South America? I did not know that they Here we go again. So much to learn.
by the mid-17th century, they were actually the biggest maritime power in Europe. Yeah, suck on that, Spain! One of the more known stories is the one of how Director General of the Dutch West India Company, Peter Minuit, bought the entire Manhattan Island for $24. But is it true though? No, it's not. Story has it Peter offered some trinkets and glass, which with today's value would be around $24, in exchange for ownership of the land to some natives he ran into. Peter felt like a boss, obviously, since he had done the deal of, well, ever, but the deal didn't turn out that well in the end. First, the natives who sold him the land didn't actually own it. Sorry, Peter, you've been scammed. And also, the Dutch turned out to have very little interest in colonizing the area after all. This led to the English naval force simply sailing into the harbor in 1664 and took over New Amsterdam without firing a single shot. Charles II of England then later gave the territory to his brother James II of England, the Duke of York, and the land was later named New York. The Netherlands then started a slow but constant economical growth and implemented important constitutional reforms, which led them to be a liberal and modern state. In World War I, the country remained neutral. But in World War II, like most of the European countries, they were invaded by German troops in 1940. After a few years under terror of the Nazis, the whole country began to suffer the burden of war. So when the Nazis tried to incorporate the Netherlands into the Third Reich, they fought back. After the difficult years of trying to reconstruct the country right after World War II, the Netherlands had exponential economic growth in the second half of the 20th century, and today, they're one of the most developed and wealthiest countries in the world.
What? One of the most developed and wealthiest country in the world? That's what's up in the Netherlands? That's what's going on? I did not know that. At all.
Fun facts.
Okay.
So what's some fun facts about the Netherlands? Well, for starters, Dutch men are the tallest in the world.
Ooh la la, I know he just said it and I paused a while ago, but I had to pause again. What did he say? Dutch men are the tallest men in the world? Are you serious? Is this true? Please tell me. Let me know in the comment section if this is true.
They have been on top for quite some time now, with an average length of 1.83 meters, but the women aren't exactly short either, averaging at 1.69 meters, only losing out to the women of Latvia. Then there is this absolutely fascinating fact about this country. Did you know that the carrots are orange because of the Dutch? Back in the 10th century, the vegetable was actually white or purple, but as you know, orange is a big deal in the Netherlands. So, as a tribute to William the Orange, the Dutch farmers tried to make their carrots orange, and we all know the results of that. Then there's the flowers, or more specifically, the tulips. Now there is an understatement that these are a big part of the Netherlands. But did you know that about 75% of the entire world's flower bulbs are exported from the Netherlands? Pretty crazy when you think about it. As we mentioned earlier, the Dutch have been a really clever people, using their creativity to find ways to save their land from the sea trying to drown them. One of the things they made are windmills, and there are actually over 1,000 of them throughout the country. And speaking of being creative, the city of Amsterdam is in fact completely built on top of over 1 million wooden poles, which extends around 12 meters into the ground. The city was built on a very wet, swampy land, so talk about trying to see the possibilities instead of focusing on things being impossible. And if you didn't know, they love bikes. They love them so much that the Dutch own more bicycles than any other country in the world. About 22 million of them are present in the country, so that's more than—
Wow. That's a huge area to be built on a swampy area. Not only that, that's a lot of bicycles. Oh my word, that is a lot. Now I can understand when in the beginning of the video that he said that is the most athletic and healthiest. I can see why. They're biking everywhere. But I'm not gonna lie, the tulips, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. The scenery, the water canals, the way it just looks amazing, man. It looks like a fairy tale. Beautiful.
One per person on average. Did I
Wow.
mention that they love bikes? So
Yep.
what famous people does this country have? And what
Let's
things are they
see.
known for in the world? Well, besides bikes, tulips, and windmills, there are a few more things that they should have credit for. Well, for starters, it's home of the world's first stock exchange, established in 1602 by the Dutch East India Company. If you've ever been to the Netherlands, chances are small you've missed that they like cheese. The Dutch have a long history of cheese making, but the most famous one is without a doubt the Gouda cheese. Then
Gouda
there is
cheese.
Vincent van Gogh.
Ah.
Most of us have heard this extremely famous painter. He's one of the most influential figures in Western art, and he made over 2,000 artworks in his lifetime. His most notable works being Starry Night, Sunflowers,
that
and The
one.
Siesta.
Oh, I know
This
those.
country is just amazing!
It is.
And it would take me a day to tell you every single thing about this place. We could mention Anne Frank, football, Rembrandt, licorice, beer, and probably a million other things as well. But the space on my script has come to an end yet again. So, what did you think of the
Now I'm going to dive in. Anne Frank is from the Netherlands? I did not know that. I can only imagine what their food is like, baby. Just thinking about it. Because based on what he said, they eat healthy. I'm a foodie at heart. And they love cheese. So I'm assuming they also love chocolate. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. Baby girl down here nursing, guys. So she got up. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning here. So I'm up doing my thing. But yeah, it is beautiful. There's a lot. I did not know that you got a third is below sea level. I did not know that Amsterdam was built on a swampy area. I didn't realize you have over 1,000 windmills. I had no clue that the men are the tallest men in the... Woo! Didn't realize that you guys are so beautiful and handsome. Didn't know that. There's so many things I'm learning as I go. The first place to do trading, listen, it's beautiful. There's a lot to learn in this world. And there's so many places to look at and learn about, and I'm here for it. And the Netherlands is a part of, oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. See, I don't know where to stop. Hope you guys enjoy this. Please explain a little bit more to me in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. It's your island girl, and I'm running out of here. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section what you'd recommend me to check out about the Netherlands. Okay, guys? Please, the Netherlands. I don't want to mispronounce it, so I'm sorry if I did. Love you guys, and I'll definitely catch you guys in another video. Bye. Oh, and before I go, I got this one from, I don't want to be rude, Countries Explained. That's the original link for this would be in the description below. All right, guys? So, catch you on the other side. Bye.